At first glance, nothing seems unusual, yet beneath the surface lies a world of forgotten architecture. What happened in Peru that allowed this land to possess structures far beyond anything known from recorded ancient civilizations? Walls built from 100-ton stones fit together as if gravity never existed, forming structures that defy conventional engineering. Gigantic geoglyphs stretch across kilometers of desert, visible only from the sky and impossible to recognize from the ground. Ancient foundations scattered across the Andes share identical precision despite being separated by thousands of years and great distances. No mythology, no exaggeration, only evidence suggesting capabilities far beyond any civilization recorded in accepted history. Peru carries traces that exceed the abilities of any ancient society recognized by mainstream archaeology, challenging everything we understand.
To understand these traces, we must begin with the concept of a giant, not in size, but in intellect.
A giant defined not by physical form, but by knowledge, engineering, and vision far beyond its historical time.
At first glance, Peru appears to be nothing more than a land of rugged mountains and scattered ruins across harsh terrain.
But when observed the right way, every detail reveals itself as part of a much larger and deeper mystery.
The sites across the Andes connect through identical technical principles, precision, and design logic far beyond ancient expectations. No historical records explain who built them, and no known civilization possessed the skills required to create such structures.
The more data we gather, the clearer the picture becomes, yet the more unbelievable it appears.
To understand what is unfolding in Peru, we must return to the beginning and follow the evidence step by step. Peru is a land where geography and history blend in ways found nowhere else across the ancient world. Along the Andes, countless ancient structures appear like markers spread across a vast map of forgotten civilization.
Each site is unique, yet all share an uncanny impression. These structures do not resemble the work of ordinary societies.
Hilltop towns and massive foundations hidden in valleys all feel like fragments of a much larger, untold story. Peru is not just the beginning of this investigation. It is the key to unlocking a complicated ancient past.
Every stone seems to hold a secret, one that modern researchers are still far from fully understanding today.
Giant carries three precise meanings that reveal a civilization far more capable than those recorded in mainstream history.
Walls the size of fortresses and stones as large as rooms show an architectural scale unmatched by ancient cultures.
Foundations stretching hundreds of meters suggest an organized society with planning far beyond small tribes or local kingdoms.
Curved joints, flawless fits, and multi-ton blocks set without mortar indicate refined engineering, not simple brute strength.
Such craftsmanship demands advanced geometry, surveying, and material knowledge, far exceeding accepted technological levels of the region.
Thus, giant describes intellect and capability rather than physical form, a vision beyond what ancient societies are thought to possess.
It frames a civilization defined not by size of body, but by extraordinary mastery of construction and knowledge.
When viewed together, all architectural traces across Peru reveal structures that do not match any known civilization's capabilities. There are no construction records, no technical manuals, and no evidence of tools matching the required sophistication. Yet the structures stand, immense, perfect, unified, and their builders remain unidentified by mainstream historical accounts. This forces archaeology to confront a question it often avoids. Who truly built these impossible constructions scattered across Peru? What civilization possessed the knowledge and organization to construct such works in a time assumed to be technologically primitive? Once all of Peru's stone structures are connected, a pattern emerges showing fragments of a vast architectural system across the region.
These ruins are not isolated. They form a unified design, hinting at a single source of lost architectural intelligence.
To see the first step of this system, we leave the mountains and descend into the desert. Leaving the stone fortresses of the Andes, the trail leads south to the Nazca Desert, a barren landscape like a vast canvas.
On this dry land lie hundreds of lines and shapes that reveal themselves only from impossible heights that ancient people lacked.
Nazca is not architecture, but a message carved into earth, so loud. Here the scale of Peru's mystery changes entirely, shifting from stone precision to
Researchers have offered several theories, but each one explains only fragments while leaving the core mystery untouched.
The rope and stake theory suggests Nazca people used cords to create straight lines across long distances. But longer ropes increase error, and without aerial perspective, no one could verify accuracy of large figures.
The ritual theory claims the lines served ceremonial purposes, yet fails to explain their massive and invisible scale.
Why would a culture create figures so large that the creators themselves could never see their completed shapes?
Astronomical explanations fit certain lines, but the majority do not align with star patterns or celestial events.
Animal shapes like spiders and monkeys have no astronomical function, leaving most of Nazca unexplained by celestial theories. Each theory accounts for a piece, yet none explain the full precision, scale, or aerial visibility of the Nazca lines.
In some scanned areas, researchers found dozens of earthworks in just a few hundred square kilometers of forest.
To the naked eye, it is only trees. Through LiDAR, it becomes a buried city map.
Beneath the canopy, rectangular platforms and straight corridors appear, structures impossible to notice through ordinary exploration.
These patterns reveal deliberate planning, showing evidence of roads, plazas, and possible residential zones buried under vegetation.
Layer by layer, the scans reconstruct an urban landscape far more organized than previously imagined.
On the surface, nothing appears, only trees, vines, and moss concealing the blueprint of an ancient metropolis. What seems like a simple mound becomes a massive retaining wall once the forest layer is digitally removed.
These hidden structures stretch farther than expected, suggesting a connected network, rather than isolated settlements.
Along river routes, more outlines appear, platforms positioned strategically beside waterways for transport and survival. The repeated patterns indicate careful urban planning, challenging assumptions that early Amazonians lived only in small groups.
With each scan, more hidden complexes appear, expanding the scale of this forgotten civilization across the rainforest.
The discovery forces a new question. How advanced was the society that built these massive forest cities? Some formations show stone alignment beneath the roots, hinting at older phases of construction long swallowed by nature.
Removing digital soil layers reveals stair-like platforms, canals, and boundary walls shaping the forest floor.
These structures appear both on high ridges and deep lowlands, showing strategic placement across diverse terrain. Massive root systems have grown over ancient foundations, completely erasing their visibility from above.
When combined, each ruin forms part of a vast urban network that suggests population centers of unprecedented size.
The scale contradicts traditional beliefs that Amazonian societies were small, isolated, and lacking complex urban design.
Evidence now points toward organized regions, connected through infrastructure spanning dozens of kilometers. The civilization may have relied on rivers as highways, forming a transportation network hidden beneath today's jungle.
If these routes connected multiple urban centers, the Amazon was once a thriving landscape of cities, not wilderness.
Patterns repeat consistently. Plazas, grids, elevated structures, each revealing the same
This consistency suggests a unified cultural system, rather than random groups scattered throughout the forest.
Some terraces span hundreds of meters, arranged with precision that indicates coordinated engineering knowledge. When these grids overlap, they form an organized landscape larger than many classical ancient cities worldwide.
Yet all of it was erased, buried under greenery, humidity, and the passage of centuries.
Nature consumed every trace, until even the memory of this civilization disappeared from human knowledge. What remains today are fragments, tiny clues overshadowed by centuries of unchecked rainforest growth. To see the truth, we must strip away the forest and imagine what once stood here long before it was overgrown.
Roads appear connecting plazas, suggesting an organized layout designed for movement and communication. Circular plazas indicate communal spaces, possibly used for gathering, rituals, or governance. Long raised pathways connect distant sectors, showing deliberate engineering to navigate wetlands or seasonal floods.
These structures remain hidden only because they lie beneath layers of earth, roots, and centuries of accumulated debris.
Studies show traces of ancient agriculture, confirming that the region once supported large populations.
Elevated platforms suggest deliberate construction to avoid floods and control water flow.
LiDAR reveals channels directing water throughout the settlement, indicating advanced hydrological knowledge.
Some stones show leveling marks, proving intentional modification, even if the structures were not megalithic.
With each discovery, the scale of this hidden civilization expands further, reshaping our understanding of the ancient Amazon. When all sites are connected, a massive network emerges, larger than any previously recognized rainforest society.
This hidden network suggests a level of planning unexpected for a region assumed to be sparsely populated.
Reimagining the Amazon at its peak reveals vibrant settlements glowing across the basin like constellations on land.
The precision of these layouts contradicts assumptions that Amazonian societies lacked structural engineering.
Some structures date back over 1,000 years, each layer showing modifications by generations of inhabitants.
Over centuries, nature reclaimed everything, transforming engineered landscapes into unbroken jungle.
Tools found nearby suggest craftsmanship, but do not fully explain the scale or precision of construction.
Newly uncovered patterns show evidence of neighborhood divisions, indicating social organization and planned communities.
What we see as wilderness was once a complex urban world, hidden beneath layers of vegetation.
Reconstructed models show wide avenues and clusters of dwellings arranged around ceremonial centers.
Many mounds align with astronomical directions, hinting at cosmic observations or ritual significance.
These alignments mirror principles seen in other ancient cultures, suggesting shared or parallel knowledge systems. Yet despite these similarities, this civilization remains unnamed, unrecorded, and almost entirely erased by time.
Only now, through modern scanning, do we glimpse the true scale of what once thrived beneath the Amazon rainforest.
As the deeper layers emerge, it becomes clear that this rainforest once supported a complexity far beyond prior estimates.
Some scans reveal depressions that may indicate collapsed structures or ancient storage areas beneath the forest floor.
These elevated zones often contain geometric layouts, suggesting organized settlements rather than random habitation.
Along rivers, raised platforms match patterns seen in major hubs, indicating interconnected regional planning.
Changing elevation layers reveals hidden structures on slopes, proving settlements adapted to diverse environmental conditions.
Root networks penetrate through ancient surfaces, masking the engineered ground beneath centuries of organic growth.
As more regions are scanned, the distribution of sites reveals surprising density and organization.
Even in the densest underbrush, geometric boundaries appear, marking deliberate territorial divisions.
Some clusters reconstruct into villages with plazas, road links, and communal areas.
Ancient terraces rise beneath vines, built to manage slopes and control erosion. Pottery fragments hint at daily life, yet offer little clarity regarding the full scale of the civilization. The broader landscape suggests not isolated tribes, but a managed environment, once shaped by coordinated effort.
Even massive trees grow along ancient alignments, their roots tracing forgotten boundaries. Wetland edges reveal elongated mounds, likely shaped to resist seasonal floods.
Certain anomalies refine into near-perfect rectangles, strengthening evidence of engineered structures beneath the soil.
Together, these features form a network rivaling established ancient civilizations in scale.
Population estimates rise dramatically once these hidden cities are factored into the historical record.
Physical excavation catches only fragments, but digital scans reveal entire neighborhoods waiting underground.
Viewed from above, the rainforest becomes a shroud, hiding one of the world's greatest lost civilizations.
The question is no longer whether the Amazon held cities, but how many and how advanced they were.
Rivers likely connected major hubs, forming ancient highways essential for travel and trade.
Higher density regions may indicate ceremonial centers or areas of concentrated population.
Clustered mounds mirror planned layouts, strengthening the case for intentional city building.
Some steps carved into earth remain faintly visible, shaped by hands long forgotten.
Over centuries, the population declined, and the rainforest slowly reclaimed every structure.
What remains today is an illusion of untouched wilderness, masking the ruins beneath. Entire regions appear missing from historical maps, overlooked due to heavy vegetation and limited access.
Major settlement clusters sit along tributaries that once supported trade, farming, and community life. Combined, these hubs form a civilization far larger and more complex than previously recognized. Some stones still sit exactly where they were placed, surviving centuries of storms and shifting soil.
Heat maps reveal dozens of unexplored anomalies, each potentially a new settlement waiting to be uncovered.
The more we discover, the more the Amazon transforms from wilderness into a forgotten cradle of civilization.
Strata indicate repeated occupation over long periods, hinting at cultural continuity across centuries.
Evidence of irrigation suggests advanced agricultural planning critical for sustaining large populations. Curved boundaries distinguish ceremonial areas from residential zones, indicating social hierarchy.
Every discovery challenges the long-held view that the Amazon lacked large-scale civilization.
Artifacts remain few, yet the urban scale revealed by LIDAR fills the gaps left by limited excavation.
Layered simulations show how centuries of growth buried entire infrastructures beneath deceptively simple landscapes. The rainforest became both protector and destroyer, preserving and concealing the civilization it overtook. In reconstructed scenes, plazas fill with life, offering a glimpse of what once thrived beneath today's canopy.
As more data arrives, the estimated size of these urban regions keeps growing.
Globally, few ancient regions match this density of hidden settlements across such vast terrain. This realization transforms our understanding of the Amazon, from untouched nature to forgotten civilization. Buried pathways suggest coordinated movement, commerce, and regional integration on a massive scale.
Engravings found on tools hint at cultural identity, though their meanings remain unknown. Through modern scanning, the Amazon slowly reveals the traces of a civilization once thought impossible. These reconstructions unveil organized societies thriving long before the forest reclaimed their homes. What lies beneath our feet is not simply soil, but the ruins of a forgotten world.
Every glowing point marks another settlement, another piece of a civilization lost beneath time and trees.
The full scale is still unknown, but one truth is clear. The Amazon once held far more than wilderness.
With every new scan, the ancient layout grows, revealing a metropolis far larger than expected beneath the Amazon canopy. Entire neighborhoods appear buried under centuries of roots and soil, yet their geometric shapes remain unmistakable. Pathways stretch across kilometers, proving these cities were connected through organized engineering and deliberate planning.
Subtle shadows on the forest floor echo the hidden architecture, hinting at vast structures beneath.
Some complexes contain central plazas, cultural spaces once used for gatherings, rituals, or social organization.
Visualizing the ancient city at night reveals an urban footprint illuminating the basin like a constellation.
Some platforms lie meters deep, showing how long the jungle has worked to erase the traces of civilization.
Reconstructions suggest bridges or raised pathways once crossed wetlands, connecting districts across flood-prone areas.
The forest grew so successfully that even massive structures became indistinguishable beneath the vegetation.
When all settlements are mapped, they form a civilization far larger and more complex than previously imagined.
Researchers now believe this interconnected system once supported tens of thousands, perhaps hundreds of thousands of people.
The scale challenges older narratives that portrayed the Amazon as untouched wilderness for most of human history. Entire urban centers appear upon reconstruction, complete with streets, courtyards, and administrative zones.
Physical excavation uncovers only fragments, but every artifact adds weight to the idea of a developed society.
Beneath this endless green ocean lies a story long hidden, one that reshapes our understanding of ancient humanity.
More corridors emerge as scanning improves, revealing cross-city links that extended the civilization's reach.
Even through storms and seasons, the patterns remain etched into the land beneath.
Each glowing region on the heat map reveals another hub in the network, expanding our sense of its true size. What appears to be natural terrain often hides artificial elevations, shaped deliberately by ancient engineers.
Removing the natural overgrowth digitally exposes engineered terraces and elevated foundations.
When stitched together, these scans create the first complete map of an Amazonian civilization long forgotten.
Through mist and silence, the forest hides a history far older and more complex than once believed.
Some boundaries were constructed with surprising precision, suggesting specialized roles within the society.
Hills that seem natural often match the geometric footprint of ancient habitation zones. Even small relics carry clues, fragments of a larger puzzle, pointing toward societal complexity.
Radiocarbon dates suggest centuries of occupation, implying cultural evolution over long periods.
Generations lived and thrived here, shaping landscapes that would later be swallowed whole by nature.
The movement of virtual lights through reconstructed streets suggests a once active urban rhythm.
Some ramparts remain intact beneath thick foliage, evidence of organized defense or territorial boundaries.
Homes reconstructed along riverbanks reveal communities built around abundant natural resources.
As the sun sets over the canopy, we begin to grasp the vastness of what lies below.
Each newly scanned sector reveals yet another piece of this forgotten world, expanding the map further. Even at night, the land feels alive, holding its secrets just beneath the surface. Ancient water channels reveal understanding of hydrology, crucial for sustaining large populations. The forest quietly guards these secrets, concealing engineering feats beneath layers of time.
Nodes across the basin tie into a single civilization, not scattered tribes as long believed.
Territorial divisions hint at political structures far more advanced than expected.
The river once carried life, goods, and culture. Now it carries whispers of a forgotten past. When reconstructed, the city rises from the jungle like a ghost returning to life. These pulses mark the presence of countless settlements, each one a fragment of a forgotten civilization.
Walking through the forest today feels like walking atop the rooftops of an ancient world.
What now looks like a natural rise once served as a strategic fortification or city edge.
Beneath every branch lies a story, erased by time, but revived through technology.
The ancient road system alone rivals those of many well-known classical civilizations.
Excavation markers now dot regions once thought empty, pointing toward a much richer past. As daylight fades, the enormity of what lies beneath becomes even more profound. When fully assembled, the city showcases architectural planning once impossible to imagine in the Amazon. The stars that guided ancient people now shine over the ruins they left behind.
The deeper we search, the more the forest reveals a past far grander than once believed.
These revelations mark only the begin. Countless secrets still lie hidden beneath the Amazon rainforest.
With each new discovery, the ancient Amazon shifts from mystery to revelation, changing how we see early human civilizations.
These glowing clusters resemble a vast web of urban life, once stretching across the rainforest. Ancient trenches reveal defensive planning, irrigation systems, or boundaries long lost beneath vines. The forest's silence hides echoes of a civilization whose voice has been muted for centuries.
Ground scans expose angles and contours that nature alone could not create.
Each revealed structure challenges long-held assumptions about ancient capabilities in the Americas. Point cloud data sharpens into walls, platforms, and avenues hidden for centuries beneath the forest.
Surface digs rarely reveal the full picture, but combined with scanning, they confirm layers of complex settlement.
The canopy stands as the final barrier between us and the truth of this ancient world. Remove the forest, and a metropolis emerges, structured, interconnected, and astonishingly vast. Beneath damp earth lie stories waiting to be uncovered by future generations of researchers.
Viewed as a whole, the Amazon glows with the remnants of a forgotten civilization. Every corridor of trees hints at pathways once shaped by careful human design.
Piece by piece, the city reconstructs itself through data, revealing its original complexity.
Some perimeters suggest ceremonial zones or places of gathering central to ancient community life.
These mounds are not random. They align with the city's grid, proving deliberate construction.
Seen from afar, the Amazon transforms into a patchwork of forgotten human achievement.
Reconstructed artifacts provide a glimpse into the culture that once thrived across this rainforest empire.
The difference between what we see and what once existed revealed how much history remains hidden.
Through fog and silence, the forest guards the last remnants of this immense civilization.
Technology now reveals what human eyes could never see. Cities hidden beneath centuries of green.
In moments, time compresses, showing the Amazon's transformation from civilization to wilderness. And the rivers reflect not only the stars above, but the ancient roads that once ran beside them.
With knowledge uncovered, the Amazon story grows into one of humanity's greatest rediscoveries.
And this is only the beginning.